stories of our time, anytime. Nightline.
Your mom said, comb your hair. Your dad told you, smarten up. Your dog is judging you right now. And your best friend just called you crazy. We all need someone who'll pull no punches and give it to us straight. Now imagine getting your news like that. No bull, no spin, just give it to me straight. Straightforward news, straight to the heart of the story. ABC News, straightforward.
The Americans here on the ground and the Iraqis. 18,000 tons. Patatas. Ismail? David.
Over ground zero from Hurricane Michael.
You can see just home after home.
David, nice to meet you.
This was your view.
My favorite view.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm grateful you woke up this morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, sunshine. We've been waiting for you. Say good morning. Good morning, sunshine. America. Say good morning. I want you to wake me up.
Every day, every hour, things are moving and changing so fast. And that's why we're here for you. The answers you need, the information you want. We will get through this together.
Streaming everywhere at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern.
What's the most innovative daily news podcast out there to listen to every day? Well, the Edward R. Murrow Awards say it's Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. Even the New York Times calls us a top news podcast worth listening to. So if you like getting behind the biggest news stories of the day, inside all the details, the backstory, and what will happen next, then listen to Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. It's like no other news podcast out there. Even the critics agree. Listen free on Apple Podcasts.
This is what being live is all about. This is ABC News Live, the 24/7 streaming news source from ABC News. Breaking news, live events, streaming nonstop. Original breakthrough storytelling from ABC News, National Geographic, ESPN, and it's all designed differently for you to stream straight to any screen whenever you want.
ABC News Live.
Streaming everywhere, right to you.
ABC News Live. It's that easy to go there.
What Would You Do continues.
It can happen to anyone, from pop singer Rihanna, assaulted by her boyfriend Chris Brown in 2009, to Brooke Mueller, allegedly assaulted by actor Charlie Sheen on Christmas Day 2009. She had told him she wanted a divorce.
Sheen's wife, who claimed Sheen threatened to kill her.
Domestic violence, it can happen anywhere, even picturesque Utah.
This year, the number of deaths related to domestic violence went up.
So we've traveled to Pleasant Grove, a tiny town about 45 minutes outside Salt Lake City. We're at the State Street Grill, a mom and pop burger shop where this couple is front and center.
What did you say? You keep your mouth shut. When I am talking, I don't want you talking. I want you listening. Do you understand me?
Of course, both Jeremy and Rennie are actors, and those bruises, professional makeup. But no one else here knows that. As she waits for her boyfriend, it's hard to miss those bruises. And when he enters,
Took me 5 minutes to find him.
there's little left to the imagination as to how those bruises got there.
It's a pretty hard fall.
Yeah.
Well, next time, the house is clean, that won't happen.
This man listens for almost 5 minutes.
How much did that dye job cost? $75? Are you kidding me?
Before finally, he's heard enough.
Speak when you're spoken to.
We're thinking maybe he'll intervene. But he heads right past our couple.
What is this?
And then out the door.
Stop. Please stop.
I was upset by how he treated her and stuff. but not your place to tell him anything.
I didn't feel like that it was my place.
Hold on.
We start rolling again.
I am on my last nerve with you.
And more than 7 minutes go by with barely a glance from this man.
Never to check.
Our actor, meanwhile, pretends he's reached his boiling point.
Why don't you eat by yourself, okay?
And he storms out.
It's your own ride home.
She sits there crying. And visibly disturbed, he gets up and paces, unsure of what to do next. Finally, the victim and the stranger make eye contact.
Do you know if there's like a bus or a cab around here? I'm sorry.
I can give you a ride. Not a problem.
No, that's okay.
Time to introduce ourselves.
Hey, sir, how you doing? I'm John Quinones.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No, you seem so torn by this.
Oh, my heavens.
He tells us he had a plan in mind.
I was going to grab my burger and go to my car and call the cops. I was afraid to take her, that he might be there with a gun or something. You just don't know.
Meanwhile, Jeremy is at it again.
Do you want to have another slip and fall like you did last weekend?
And he quickly catches the attention of these 3 men.
Do we not do this here?
Don't you tell me what to do. I am tired of it.
Everyone is stunned, unsure of what to do next.
You stop pouting. I'll give you something to pout about.
You can cut the tension with a knife.
You think you're tough? I'll show you who's a tough guy.
And that is the final straw.
You gonna cry again?
Hey.
Yeah.
Don't talk to police like that.
You know how they are.
Dude. That's not a...
And then they're joined by this big guy.
Pick up someone else's?
What's that?
Step outside for a minute?
Time we get home, we are going to have a vigorous conversation.
You okay? You want to try giving me a black eye?
Well, we're not about to let that happen.
How you doing, sir? I'm John Quinones. How are you?
Exactly who you are.
You don't know this woman?
No, don't need to. I was raised in a good house that knows how to treat women.
You jumped in right away.
I didn't have to hear a lot to know, and then when she turned her face and I saw her eye, that kind of filled in the blanks for me there. So.
Pretty impressive, but we haven't seen anything yet. As the lunch crowd rolls in, Jeremy is at it again. Seconds later, he storms off, and this man sees an opening.
Are you all right? You sure?
Yeah, okay.
But now, Jeremy is back.
I'll send it when I get home.
Just shut up.
Well, dude, you need to show a little respect.
You know how they get. I'm about up to here with
You
you.
should be grateful, buddy.
Jeremy just won't stop.
It's right.
Just shut up!
And this man is now on his feet.
Hey, why don't you leave? That's it. Now. Right back your head.
All right. All right.
Leave. Just leave.
Why don't you come on?
No. She's here.
Come with me. Come on.
He literally chases Jeremy out the door.
I want you home in 15 minutes.
Meanwhile, this man is calling 911.
911 emergency.
We're at State Street Grill in American Fort,
Of course, the police already know we're here.
and we have a man who's threatening his wife or his girlfriend.
Okay, hold on the line with me, please.
With Jeremy, the abusive boyfriend, now gone, the men turn their attention to Rennie.
Stay here. Do not leave. Do not leave. Don't leave. You guys got a power over him. Look at that eye. What a tough guy.
Hello? That is not love. That is manipulation and power.
It's abuse.
Time to tell them it's What Would You Do?
This is part of What Would You Do, the TV show. We wanted to see if anyone would help her.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I'm John Quinones.
Oh my hell. Did you guys know this?
If people would say that was very heroic of what you guys did, what would you say to that?
I think everybody has a responsibility. I was worried for her. Yeah.
And what about that other man? Well, when we meet Stephen Smith, he shares a very personal story.
About 10 years ago, we got a call that my step-grandfather had murdered my grandma. And my mom and her sister and all of us had tried for years to get her away from him, but she wouldn't leave.
And that's why today, he says, he'll do anything he can to prevent this kind of violence.
Next, even the freezing cold can't wipe away this red-hot secret.
I'm gay. This is disgusting. It's a choice. It's simply a choice.
So what choice will these local guys make? When we come back.
In times like these, the news-making events happen here. ABC News.
President Trump meeting face-to-face with one of the world's most brutal dictators, Kim Jong-un.
The president.
Do you trust him?
I do trust him, yeah. I think he trusts me, and I trust him.
Ivanka Trump.
I have to ask you about your emails. Your father had taken Hillary Clinton to task for this.
There just is no equivalency.
So the idea of lock her up doesn't apply to you?
No.
Comey.
How strange is it for you to sit here and compare the president to a mob boss?
Very strange.
Michelle Obama.
What do you wish you could tell your pre-White House self?
Whew.
Melania Trump.
Do you think there's still people there that he can't trust?
Yes.
Still working now?
Yes.
Michael Cohen.
So he's still lying.
Yes.
It's a big statement.
And now, in a year with so much on the line, we're right there.
Good evening tonight from Washington, a very busy news night.
America's #1 news source, ABC News, straightforward.
We all need someone who'll pull no punches and give it to us straight. No bull, no spin. Now imagine getting your news like that. Just give it to me straight. ABC News, straightforward.
Another week in America, a country facing a new test now.
The Wuhan airport, almost no one here.
The last flight out of Rome.
This is the nursing home just outside Seattle. Dozens of people were just rushed off this cruise ship.
This is ground zero.
It is shut down.
Another ambulance just pulled out.
Now they're headed to the hospital.
Time is of the essence.
You can see the ship behind me.
This is the first time tests have been done here.
Morning, afternoon, evening, late night, 24/7. ABC News, there for you.
What's the most innovative daily news podcast out there to listen to every day? Well, the Edward R. Murrow Awards say it's Start Here, the daily news podcast from ABC News. Even the New York Times calls us a top news podcast worth listening to. Start Here, free on Apple Podcasts.
This is what being live is all about. This is ABC News Live, the 24/7 streaming news source from ABC News. Breaking news, live events, streaming nonstop. Original breakthrough storytelling from ABC News, National Geographic, ESPN. And it's all designed differently for you to stream straight to any screen whenever you want.
ABC News Live.
Streaming everywhere, right to you.
ABC News Live. It's that easy to go there.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, sunshine.
What Would You Do continues.
I don't really feel that way. I don't feel that the day they're born that's necessary.
So you would try. To change your son back,
yeah, I try
to become,
or I'd love him if he didn't. But I would try to change if I could.
In this next scene, it becomes very clear that these men are not about to get involved.
Dad, this is not something you can cure.
It's a joke. It's a choice. It's simply a choice. And you're making the wrong choice.
I felt bad for the family, felt bad for the individuals.
What about getting involved directly?
Should be between a father and a son.
I hope I would never have to go through that, but my son's married and has a family, so.
If he had suddenly told you he's gay, what would you have said?
I don't play the what-if games. It's not worth it.
But now, we're about to meet two groups